All right, so Fitness Friday, we have total body strength supersets. We have 5 sections. Each section you're going to do 2 times through if you're beginner or intermediate, 3 times through if you're more advanced, and we're going to go through everything 1 time. So instead of doing rounds where we go all the way to the end of the list of exercises and then come back again, we're going to go through each section 2 or 3 times. Now, if you're doing 2 times through and you're more of a beginner or intermediate, I want you to go 30 seconds for each exercise. So these are time sets. And if you're a little more advanced, then hi Gunnar. You know, he always likes to be involved. If you're more advanced, I'm going to have you go 45 seconds for each exercise. If you want even greater challenge, if you're really advanced, I want you to go do a minute for each one. Okay, so I'm going to show you what each one of the moves are. We're going to get this guy out of the way here first. We're going to start with upper body first. We're going to do chest press and chest flies, which I know we do quite a bit of this as one of our supersets. We're going to do it using either a BOSU or a stability ball. So if you have a BOSU or access to one at the gym, you're going to have the head, you're going to start sitting on the floor first. Head, neck, and shoulders are going to go on top of the ball. So everything's in line here. Then you're going to lift your hips so that way you have that bridge position. If you're using a stability ball, you'll start sitting on top of the ball, right on top, and then you start to walk your feet out until you roll down and you had the same position on a stability ball. So you're keeping the hips lifted, nice engaged core. The chest press, your weight's going to be right in line with your elbows. You're going to press straight up just like you're doing a bench press. Keep your core strong. Don't let your back start to sag. Keep it all up and lifted, scooping the pelvis forward, pressing straight up and down. So you have your timed amount of this, so either 30 or 45 or a minute for each one. And then we're going to turn the weights in facing towards each other. We're going to go out to a fly. So since we've done this for the last couple of weeks, we've done a lot of this chest work. I want you to bump up your weight a little bit, okay? So if you've been following along with the videos, I want you to progress yourself. You know, my saying, challenge equals change. I love it, you know, so you got to bump up your weight a little bit, give yourself a progression. And then you're going to do your fly. So it's like you're hugging a ball, keep that rounded shape in your arms, and then you're letting a ball go. That's your first set. Then you have a 30 to 1 minute break in between each one of your supersets. Now, a superset, remember, make sure you're doing both those exercises back to back. So once you do your presses, I want you to turn, go right away into your flies. Once you finish that superset, then you can go ahead and shake out, drop the weights, you know, get some water, rest for about a minute. Set number 2, we're going to go to the wall. We're going to do a wall sit, and we're going to finish that one up with doing some body weight squats. So getting yourself prepped for a wall sit, you're going to get flat up against the wall, heels touchy. You're going to take 1 step, toe to heel, 2 steps, toe to heel, and then you're going to step it out, find the wall behind you, sit your bottom to the wall, sit it down, hamstrings parallel to the floor. I know, you love these wall sits, don't you? If you have weight this week, I want you to hold either, if you have like a medicine ball or a dumbbell, whatever kind of weight you have, roughly between the 10 to 20 pound mark. I want you to hold it here. Give yourself a little extra work to do. Engage your arms, keep your core strong. You're going to go there for your time, and then standing up, right in your nice wide squat stance, go right into your body weight squats. Challenge for this one is to see if you can get your elbows to touch your knees every single time. Make sure you're getting down to a squat and not just starting to do this after a while. Try to get as many reps in as you can within that time. Then you take your break. Number 3, going up to our upper body, we have bicep curls and tricep extensions. So good old classic exercise here. Changing it up, adding a little bit of extra stability to it by doing 1 foot bicep curls. So you're going to stand on 1 foot for 1 round. If you're doing 3 rounds, actually, if you're more advanced, start standing on 2 feet, 1 foot, and then 1 foot. Those are going to be your 3 rounds. If you're doing 2 rounds through your supersets, I want you to go straight to stand on 1 foot, bicep curls. So keeping your elbow in by your side, lowering down, squeezing and bring it back up again. Don't start to swing it and get your back really engaged with it. You don't want to hyperextend your back while you're doing bicep curls. So have your time here, and then tricep extensions, we're going to step the feet out. So you're thinking of stepping straight out from the hip, and then a little bit wider in that back foot, just whatever feels nice and centered and grounded. It's almost like the, in sports they call it the athletic stance. There's a little bend in the knees, you're ready to go. So you really want to think of sinking your weight down, grounding Nice strong stability. And you're going to have your elbows up by your side, and you're kicking the weights back behind you. Looks like this. So strong from here. Squeeze those elbows back in, really strong between the shoulder blades. Squeezing straight back. Get those triceps a little squeeze, and bring them back in again. Good. Squeeze them out and back in. Good. So really feel that burning happen in the back of your arms there in your triceps. Don't worry about doing balance with the tricep extensions. Number 4, we have sumo squats followed by jumping jacks. So the sumo squat, if you're using a dumbbell, you're going to hold one end of it and make sure that you're not interlocking your fingers and your joints are compacted on each other. You're actually just going to grab, hopefully you can see, like just underneath, like your fingertips are overlapping. Grab underneath the dumbbell like so. Nice wide stance. Toes turned out towards 10 and 2. Keep your chest out, shoulders back, lower down. Now, if you're going to get to here, great. Otherwise, the challenge with my groups today has been to see if you can get the weight to touch the floor while still keeping your chest up and not rounding out your back. Keep everything upright and back up again. It's going to build greater hip mobility as well as greater strength. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. I'm thinking of aiming my torso right down between my feet, keeping my chest up, standing it back up again. That's if you're using a dumbbell. If you're using a kettlebell, you're just going to hold the handle, see if you can touch that one to the ground and back up again. Just make sure that the knees are staying open and you're tracking your knees right over your toes. You have sumo squats and you're going to follow it up right away. Get your weight out of the way. Jumping jacks. So you have your full jumping jack. Here's your modified jumping jack. Little bounce in the knees if jumping's an issue for you. And then we're going to finish it off with a little core. Superset. First one's going to be a Superman back extension. Now with this one, ideally you want to try and keep your arms up overhead. So as you lift, your ears are staying right in between your shoulders and your arms. Sorry, not your shoulders, your arms. Apologies. And so as you go up, try and lift the arms and the legs back down. Up, arms and legs. Just nice and steady. Don't try and fling yourself up there. It's going to put a lot of pressure on your lumbar spine. You don't want to do that. So you're going to go up nice and gently, back down. Again, just go where you can. The Supermans are great for working the entire posterior side of your body. So you're going to feel it in between your shoulder blades, mid-back, lower back, and your butt, and your hamstrings, and just gives you a great workout for the whole entire backside. Then you're going to flip on over, core from the front, our X position abs. So you're going to lay on the floor like a starfish. We're in an X shape. And you want to think, just like when we do any other sort of crunch or sit-up, you want to think of leading with your nose and your belly button sucked back towards the floor. So that feeling of opposition here. So all the work is happening from your core and not throwing your head up, okay? So suck the belly button back, try and lift up, and you're going to bring opposite arm and leg together. Looks like this. Sit it up, touch, back, down. Sit it up, touch, back, down. Now the higher up you can go, and then where you can try and touch your toes, the better. Everybody else, you just get where you can. Do what you can do even if you're just lifting a little bit. Okay? And to finish it all out, once you've done your 2 supersets, our core cash out is just doing a plank for as long as you can. Record your time, see if you get a record out of that one. So here we go. To recap, have our total body supersets first set. You're going to start with on a ball or a bosu if you have one. Otherwise, you're just going to lay on the floor. Chest press. Okay, working a little heavier this week. And then you're going to go right into the fly. So again, that rounded shape in your arms. Arms and weight stay right over the chest. Opening up, squeezing in between the shoulder blades. 2 times through for 30 seconds if you're beginners. And if you're more advanced, do 3 times through those sets, going for either 45 seconds or a minute. Set number 2, we have our wall sit. So make sure 2 steps out, followed by bodyweight squats. Then number 3 are balancing bicep curls and our bent over tricep extensions. And then we have our sumo squats with our jumping jacks. Make sure you just keep the knees nice and open. The knees start to buckle in and forward at any point when you do your sumo squat. Lessen how far you go with it, okay? If you're advanced with sumo squats or you have really flexible hips, try and work on getting deeper into your sumo squat. Try and touch that weight to the floor. finally, we have our Supermans with the X position ab crunches. Finish it all out with an elbow plank. Go for as long as you can. Stretch out and have a wonderful Fitness Friday and a great weekend.